Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Griffin Mind titled Women Learn the Hard Way That Men Quit the Dating Circus. And in my opinion, that is a fairly accurate way to describe modern day dating. Guys, today's video was suggested to me by Matrix of Madness. I'm going to leave both of their channels linked in the pinned comments, so make sure you go and subscribe to these guys. Don't forget to leave your own comments, and let's jump right into the video.
This video is for my future husband who's been praying that I stay single until we meet. Your prayers are working. I have not been out on a date in God knows how long. I don't even have a desire to date anyone right now. And I only leave my home if I go to work and I work with all women, or I go to the gym. But I like going to the gym on off hours because I don't want to see anyone. So God is listening. That's all I have to say.
This woman doesn't go out, and when she does go out, she wants to be left alone, and yet this is supposed to motivate her soulmate to come and talk to her. I don't think that plan is going to work out the way that she wants it to.
They said dating in your 30s would be easier. Everyone's mature. They said everyone knows what they want. They said, spoiler alert, they lied. So I thought, let's move to Italy, land of romance, passion, and men who totally have their lives together. What I got? Men who have their moms still ironing their shirts. It's like I moved to the country of La Dolce Vita and ended up in a comedy sketch about red flags. But hey, at least I've learned something. Dating in your 30s isn't about finding the one. It's about finding someone who doesn't make you want to join a convent. And right now, that's looking like Mission Impossible.
This is exactly why the whole passport sister movement is such garbage. These women are over the age of 30 and they think they are a real catch, only to go to European countries where the men clearly don't want them for relationships.
Miss something that you don't have. Second of all, I don't think I'm ever going to miss not having children. I mean, I would love to know your reasonings as to why you think I'm going to miss not having children. But if any of those reasons are because you're not going to have anyone to take care of you when you're older, or you're not going to have anyone to love you, then I completely disregard everything. Because no, I can guarantee that I 100% am not going to miss not having children one day.
The women who are steadfast about not having kids end up becoming absolutely insane when they grow older, by the way. You can tell it in their eyes. They have nothing and they are lost and they get confused to the point of madness.
I'm single. I'm 35.
Oh boy.
And quite honestly, I'm lonely. And
yikes.
This is yet again another vulnerable post, which is becoming a little bit of a trend. I've already cried a few times trying to make this, but I just so truly believe in authenticity and relatability. So if this helps one person know they're not alone, it's worth it.
She just said that she's been crying endlessly, and yet she turns around and says living a life of pure solitude is still totally worth it. The denial that these women have is unbelievable, man.
I'd say the past couple of years, it's been hard. I feel like I'm at this age, probably since the pandemic, from like 30 to 35, the gap between life with my friends has grown. I really don't have many single friends, and I still like and enjoy the things I did 5 years ago. Like, I still want to go out, have a cocktail, flirt.
In other words, her friends have all moved on with their lives and don't have the time to go out and get plastered on a random Wednesday. These women can only enjoy themselves when they are drinking alcohol, it seems.
Dance.
At 35.
And just enjoy the unpredictability that comes with going out. But here I am. It's Saturday night. I'm staying in clearly. I was also in last night. And it's just not what I want.
The party culture of modern women is not healthy at all. When they're younger, they go out, they drink, they act stupid, and once a modern woman gets to that point, she can't think of any other way to have fun.
I'm raising my standards. Here are types of men that I will never, ever, ever, ever date ever again.
Oh boy.
Number one is the fashion guy. I just know if your outfit is that good, you are manipulative. Like, you look good and you know you look good, and men should never know that they look good. Stop that. Number two is the soft boy. I know what you are. You don't want a girlfriend. Older man, bro. Like, I can justify the behavior between the two of us because I have daddy issues. What's your excuse? You have unborn daughter issues? What the hell?
Oh,
Also,
boy.
why do all of you insist on oh my god. Every
Jesus
older man that
Christ.
I've ever been with is like, you know what? You're not my father, stop!
This is the end result of making every bad decision possible. She's chosen poorly and just blames all of us for the fact that she wanted excitement from the bad boys, and she will refuse to accept that blame herself.
Oh my god.
Strap intermission because I can't deal with the trauma. Yeah. Any boy that lives in LA County, all of it, the entirety of LA County, you're wicked. You are beyond evil. There is something sinister and you need therapy. There is
Holy.
something so wrong with you. I mean, all of them. What the hell? This one is embarrassing to even say, and I have nobody to blame but myself for this. Frat boys. Oh, God forbid a white boy catch a vibe. I tried it one time and I was like, oh my God, yes.
Dude, all the red
maybe,
flags.
maybe this time. Maybe it's time to take your head out of your...
This woman is completely beyond saving. She's ridden the carousel so damn hard that she legitimately thinks that all of the men in the LA County are spawns of Satan, which is not only rude, it's also kind of terrifying.
Any guy that plays anything in a band, he could even be like the band manager.
Yo, who has she not dated?
It's really fun until it isn't, but I know that it's a problem when I start to feel like Miss Girl Be Supreme from that Blondie song. No, never again. This is worse than 9/11.
There are people who have lost family members on that day, and she thinks that her horrible little decision-making skills are on par with that national tragedy. That says all we need to know about her.
Not a lot of people talk about the loneliness that you can feel in your late 20s and early 30s. And I believe a lot of this is because we're starting to realize what our values are. And some people are just lucky and maybe aligned with similar values that their childhood friends have or their high school friends. But in my case, and a lot of other people probably, it's like the more I realize my values, the less I'm interested in connecting with people that I've had in my life for years.
For some reason, modern women love saying that nobody is talking about an issue that the majority of modern women have been complaining about at length for literally the last 5+ years.
And it's a really lonely feeling because when you approach your late 20s, people already have integrated friend groups. They already have, spouses. They already have children. They have lives that you're trying to integrate into. And it can be really tricky. I'm grateful I have my fiance. I'm grateful I have some of the friends that I have. But regarding like a really close-knit friend group, I don't have that right now. And it feels weird saying that.
She's getting married and she still feels lonely, which means that she's going to be unhappy going into the marriage. At that point, it won't take long for her to initiate the divorce proceedings.
For some reason, my For You page has been filled with women in their early 30s who are really just tired of dating and talking about how they don't know if they're ever going to find their person and they're just feeling unloved and unlovable. It's like Charlotte York, I've been dating since I'm 16. Where is he? And I just wanted to say, as someone who is 36, who's totally off the timeline trajectory that I thought I was going to be on.
Any modern woman who refers to a guy as my person has next to no hope in finding anyone. You can't respect a man if you can't even refer to him as a man. And usually when women say this as well, it means they've been with a whole bunch of dudes before that man.
Last year I thought I was going to be a mom, and instead I'm going through a divorce. And it really took me going through this to become more comfortable than ever in the place that I'm at in my life, which is, again, not at all where I thought I would be. Don't get me wrong, it's been the hardest year of my life. I wouldn't wish divorce on anyone. It sucks. 0 out of 10, don't do it. But the delay in what I thought my life would look like has brought me so much inner peace in a way. It really made me realize that I spent so much of my life white knuckling it and trying to force things to happen.
She clearly has no inner peace. After the divorce, she most likely thought her dating prospects would be through the roof, and now she's realizing that she made a terrible mistake, but will refuse to admit it.
Trying to control situations, and I am at peace now because I just know that I'm not in control of any of it. I am open to anything. I am attached to nothing. I am confident in the knowledge that I will get to be a mom someday and that I will meet the person that I'm supposed to be with. But I'm not really looking. I'm not forcing it. I'm just kind of going with the flow. And I understand that that's so much easier said than done.
You're 36.
I mean, nothing about this experience
The flow's
has been
over.
easy.
She's in her mid-30s, still wanting a child, by the way, but she's not looking. That's pretty much like flooring the gas pedal and letting go of the wheel and assuming you're going to get where you're going in one piece.
But if I could impart anything on you, women in your early 30s, women in your mid-30s, without having to go through what I've gone through, it's just relax. Relax and trust that you are lovable, that you are worthy,
Oh my God.
and that your
You go, boss
path
babe.
might not
You're
look the
perfect the way you
same
are. You're
as
born
all of the
perfect.
people around you, but it doesn't make you any less special and beautiful and worthy of love. And
she has learned absolutely nothing. She still sees herself as a perfect individual with all of these great qualities, even though men see through that and they don't want to be with a woman like this.
something that I take solace in is, you know, I look at how quickly my life changed. This time last year, I was in a totally different situation. And it changed like that. Now I'm in a new apartment. I'm in a new phase of life. I'm starting a new business. Like, my life has done a complete 180 since last year. And I really take a lot of comfort in the fact that if my life could change so fast for what felt like the worst.
Her life indeed changed. She is now single, she's alone with zero hopes of changing either one of these things, and she somehow feels comfort with that harsh reality.
That means it can change just as quickly for the better. One of the benefits of being older and dating and finding love when you are older is how quickly that process can happen. Older, wiser, we want the same things. You want to start a family, boom, boom, boom. It just happens. I've seen it. Anyways, it was a lesson that I really had to learn the hard way. And so if I can help anyone from not having to learn it the hard way, that's always my goal. And yeah, like, it's going to happen.
She is so deep in denial that it's absolutely unreal. She honestly thinks that at 36 years of age, she's just going to magically get pregnant and have a family, even though she threw away her chance with her divorce.
I just want to know, are there any people out there in their 30s who feel like they're just lost and confused in their life right now? People used to tell me, just wait till you get to your 30s. It gets so much easier. I don't feel like that. Do I want to start a whole new career path? Do I want to keep my job? Do I just want to take whatever money I have left to my name and just run to Europe? Do I live in a city? Do I live on a farm where there's a bunch of cows and sheep and cute little dogs running around? I can just frolic in the flowers and just be a farm girl. I'm 33. Do I need to try and look for a husband right now?
If she wanted to get married, she needed to do that literally 13 years ago. She's now 33 years of age. She's lost and confused thanks to the world that she created for herself, and it is driving her crazy.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Do I just get a van and me and my little dog just go trip around and go on little road trip adventures together and experience things? Like, that sounds fun. Do I just move to a super cheap island and just work in a smoothie shack, you know? Like, there's no right or wrong in life, but it's like there's so many options and paths that you can take that I don't know anymore. I want to do so many things, but at the same time, I don't know what to do. Also, I don't really have the financial freedom right now to be able to experience
my Lord.
a lot of things.
Oh my Lord.
This is exactly why modern women demand that men plan everything. They need to make the first move, need to plan the dates, and make every single decision because the very thought of making a decision freaks her out.
So I frequently tell people that I'm an entrepreneur and they're like, oh, what do you do? And I tell them what I do and they're like, that is not entrepreneurship. And I always have to explain, well, what do you call someone who owns a shop on Amazon? They're like, oh, well, they own a store, so they're an entrepreneur. So what I do is entrepreneurship. I have a product, I'm selling it on a platform.
Oh God.
Entrepreneurship. I see no difference. They're like, well, no, that's different.
There is a fine line, in fact, a very big line, between selling something on Amazon and selling spicy photos online. One requires hard work and determination. The other one requires selling all of your dignity in the process.
All right. So I had to think about this. I said, okay, let me really break this down, right, in bullet points. I got to get all this straight in my head. All right, so women want a man to be attractive, tall, make 6 or 7 figures, even though most women do not make that themselves, right? Okay. While he's out here making all this money, all these 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 figures, he better be home in time to give all his attention and take her on all the dates, or else she'll cheat. Women want a man to call, but not too much. Text back, but don't text back too fast, because then he's like weird and he's a lame. And if he's nice, he's a lame. If he's mean, he's unattainable. He's a challenge, and then women want him, even if they will not admit it.
These women make all sorts of demands of a man, and even if that man simps down to her level, she will still find an excuse to be disgusted by him and will use it as an excuse to do something unforgivably stupid.
I hear women say all the time, like, I just want my man to be honest. But when he's honest, they blow up, freak out, label him mean, toxic, abusive, and of course, a narcissist. Most women do not really want honesty. They want comfort. You want a man to tell you what you want to hear, not what's going to help you grow. And speaking of growth, try pointing out just one thing that she needs to work on, and you will see exactly why most women cannot take accountability for shit. You want a man to be emotionally available, but if he shows any emotion, then he's soft. You want him to lead, but when he does, now he's aggressive and controlling and abusive. You want him to initiate an affection, but when he does, you turn it down. But when he stops trying, then you say he's cheating or he's gay.
Modern women have set up the game so that no matter what a man actually does, he's still going to lose. And then these women have the nerve to blame men for not being good enough. You can't make this stuff up.
Women want undivided attention, but if he gives it to you, then he's sucking the life out of you. He won't give you space. You can't breathe. He's lame and he's annoying. Then you turn around and cheat with the guy that's going to treat you like a whore and who looks at you as such. Women don't even realize the guy who's just trying to hit. They just look at the guy who's trying to build as the red flag. I'm confused. I don't think I will ever understand any of this. And I am a woman.
There is nothing to understand. Modern women pretty much want complete and utter perfection from a guy, and if that man cannot achieve the impossible, that gives her the right to be as insufferable as possible.
I'm really struggling because I have a date in 15 minutes, and I can't tell if I like him or not, so I'm going to wear out the pros and cons. Pro is he always wants to go on dates. He always wants to hang out with me. And we get along great and hang out pretty late when we hang out, and the vibes are high. But cons, we're both bad texters, which is honestly a pro, because if I was better, I'd probably get annoyed with this. But cons, he cannot plan anything like at all. Like he wants me to like, I think he just doesn't want to like disappoint me or something. I don't know.
If a man asks a woman where she likes to eat, then all of a sudden she has the right to act like she's planning out a budget for a small country, because making suggestions is so daunting, it honestly causes these women to glitch out.
Another con. Oh, he hasn't made like any moves. Like we kiss. I'm sorry, I just don't know what we're waiting for because we really hung out like a lot. It's kind of giving like he's a...
She's turned off that he hasn't made a move yet, but that's most likely because he's unsure if she's actually interested, and if he makes the wrong move, that can have some very serious consequences.
This is a question for all my single girls, so if you're not single, just scroll on. But you know how when you're single and then you have your friends that are in relationships and then you have your single friends and you go off and do single things with your single friends. What do you do when you are approached by someone that has also approached your friend? Is it an off-limits thing? Is it an instant no-go? Like I'm talking, obviously if they've been in some kind of situationship, I would never go there. But what happens if they were just in the talking stage? Are you allowed to talk to them too? I don't know. My girls always come first. I'm a girl's girl through and through, but I just don't know the etiquette. Help.
Modern women will stab each other in the back if it means getting the guy that they want. Loyalty is only a thing when men and makeup products are not involved. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.